Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Like promised in the earlier video, I would talk briefly about a few tips on how to be an intentionally kind parent towards our children. Like we've discussed this earlier, that being intentionally kind does not come naturally, and especially towards our own children and our own family members. We can think that we are kinder, but our actions and our words have a far long lasting effect on our child's development. So I recently came across the book The Boy, the Mole, the Fox and the Horse by Charlie Mackesy. I hope I pronounced the last name correct. And I love this book. And the reason that I love this book is because it's based on human emotion and empathy. It's a storybook, a nice storybook, but it's for adults as well as for children. So the boy in it says, "What do you think is the biggest waste of time? Comparing yourself to others," said the mole. Beautiful, isn't it? And as parents, we know that, as human beings, we know that we compare ourselves to others. And thanks to social media age, who does not compare themselves to others? But we also compare our children to our own other children, or to our neighbors' children, or to their cousins, or to their schoolmates. And we have to stop before comparing and realizing the words that we're saying are going to affect deeply, not the child in that moment, but later on in their thought process. And it's going to come out like this: "Oh, you did not do this? How come your younger sister and brother is able to understand this?" Or, "Why aren't you able to understand what I'm saying? It would have been so much easier if it was dash, dash, dash." You can mention another name, child's name. And the child is saying in their mind thinking, "Oh, maybe I'm not intelligent enough, not smart enough, not good enough." And that is a very deep rooted cause for many of us, that we are not able to perform well in our other areas of life because we don't think that we are blank enough, good enough, smart enough, or we deserve enough, etc., etc. So that is one area that we need to consciously and repetitively tell ourselves: do not compare your children based on their failures. In fact, develop a system of words where we can be more supportive, be more appreciative, have a growth mindset by asking them how or what is it that you as a parent can do to help them learn or understand. I'm not saying to spoon feed your child, but to give them an opportunity to at least explain themselves, or ask them, or listen to them. Sometimes listening is important, and listening does not mean that it will happen in that moment. You can give some time to the child, and later on, when the child is in a more relaxed situation, ask them what's going through their mind, so that you listen to them and understand and realize why a certain task, a certain subject, a certain conversation, a certain sport is so difficult for them, and it does not come easily to them. What are they scared of, afraid of, or what are the hindrances in their success? Then there's another passage where it says, "One of our greatest freedoms is how we react to things." This should be etched in golden somewhere. One of our greatest freedoms is how we react to things. And as a parent, we are very reactive beings. "You spilled this. You did this. How come you did not know?" When they're teens, the reaction even gets more fiercer because probably they're taller than you or heavier than you, and you don't see them as those tiny bundle of joys that you brought home or gave birth to, but you see them as somebody that you're looking up to and talking, or somebody that you imagine or you see them to be big, but in their mind, remember that their mental age is still what you know it is. They're 10, they're 11, they're going through puberty. I'm not going to make it a long video, but it's just a snippet here that of our further discussions, inshallah, that your freedom is in your reaction. And I have learned this the hard way, and I'm still learning that the days where I am more reactive are my worst parenting days. And the days where I do not give in to instant emotional reactions and give myself a few seconds to calm down, the situation becomes a whole lot better, alhamdulillah. So these were just two quick tips, inshallah, and I hope they were helpful. And let's keep learning together. Parenting uncomplicated, hopefully.